Hello and welcome. Um, in this video tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can take advantage of the many features that Mac OS offers. And the reason I'm making this video is because I have a lot of my friends who are moving from Windows to Mac, probably as a result of their workplace and things like that. And a number of them are always having issues with some basic things on Mac OS because they've been so used to Windows operating system, and let me say, I don't know, maybe they are not too open to the possibilities that Mac OS offers. So I'm making this video basically to just walk you through the beautiful features that you have in Mac OS, and those features that many people assume you have to get a third party application to be able to use, or features they assume are actually paid for, which are free. And one of the to start with, I'm going to start with um, screenshotting a part of your page or a window, or you want to screenshot, let's take for example this part of your screen. Many of my friends have issues with this, so I'm going to show you in the number of a number of ways you can do that. Now Mac OS has this is your launch pad, where your launch pad shows you all of your applications. Now when you click on Launchpad, look for utilities. Utilities, you have the Grab utility tool. Click on that. This tool is similar to what is it called on Windows? Um, oh, I really can't remember right now. So you want to be able to screenshot a part of your screen. You can select, you can screenshot or capture a window or a screen. Let's start with selection. Selection allows you to click and drag the portion you want to screenshot, like this. Okay, so this is that. It's showing me the image here. This is it, and you can see it is on save. It has not been saved yet. So if I check, and every of your screenshot will be saved automatically on your desktop. If I click on my Finder, oh, I haven't saved that. I'll go to Save. Sorry, I said automatically saved on your desktop. If I had if I had not done this requires me to save, so that is why it is not on my desktop. Say some screenshots. Okay, I can choose where to save this, so choose my desktop. So, and the format it is saving, could choose any of this, well, still leave it as PNG. Okay, so we have successfully taken a screenshot of this portion of our screen. So I'll close this out, and then I want to screenshot. You go to the Grab tool again. Say you want to screenshot this whole window. Come to capture, select window. Now it will ask you to choose a window. Okay, I'll do that. So I chose this window. So all of this, because I have chosen to grab the pages window, that is why I have all of this. And then I can save that also. choose where to save it with a name, say my pages screenshot. So save that. Okay, and we can also select a screen. This takes the entire screen with my menu bar. The selection allows you to drag a portion of scripture, a portion of screen of your screen where you want to screenshot. Then the window option selects or screenshots only the window, the application window you are working on, while this screen option selects everything. So if I click on this, gives me everything. You can see I have my menu bar. If I had my dock I have it hidden here. So if I had it if I had not hid my dock, I'll also have seen it here. Let's try that. Let me close this guy out. I won't save this. Okay, so now I'll come to capture screen, then click. Okay, you notice now I have my dock. Let me hide that. I have my dock also. So I'm gonna close this out. Let me save screen or entire screen. Short. So save that also. Now Mac OS, they try to make things easy for us in the sense that you do not always have to go to your utilities and then look for the grab tool before you can take a screenshot of any part of your screen. So what they've done is they have a list of keyboard shortcuts to also do those things that I have just shown you. Now if I want to screenshot a portion of my screen, as we did with the first selection option, what I will do is I'll click on the command, I'll click on click and hold. Did I say click? No, press and hold the command shift key with 4. So that's command shift 4. So that will show this my cursor the way it is. I don't know what name it is. So and then I can drag. Okay, let's assume I can drag and then release. So that portion of my screen that have been captured. Okay, these are my screenshots. Okay, this is the one I just did. Okay, so that's working. So now if I want the entire screen, that was what I was explaining earlier. You notice I didn't have to save it when I used the keyboard shortcut. It will automatically save that to my desktop. Now if I want to capture the entire screen, what I need to do is press and hold again the command shift 3, and that will do the entire screenshot. Now this is that here. You notice it is saving it as with the name screenshot and then the time I am capturing this. So this is my entire screen. So that is that about screenshot. So if you want to screenshot a portion of your screen, you could go to your grab utility tool by navigating to your launchpad. Then from there you go to your utilities and then get the grab tool, or you use the keyboard shortcut. You can use press and hold the command shift 4 to select a portion of the screen, and then Command Shift 3 to capture the entire screen. Another useful one is if for the keyboard shortcut is if you want to capture just a window, that you press and hold the Command Shift 4 again. That shows this I think what name can I give it? This navigation, or yeah, navigation, my cursor, navigation cursor, I'll give it that name because I don't know what to use. Okay, so now if I press down my space bar, it changes this to a camera like icon. So now you notice because I have my icon on the window below this one here, it has this one highlighted. Now if I move this here, it will have this one on top highlighted, this window on top highlighted. Now I can also navigate to another application, another window. Say for example, this, okay, I have numbers. Okay, let me navigate to pages. Now I have pages highlighted. So if I click on this guy to screenshot this guy, now I said Command Shift 4, and then you press the space bar, that changes to this. Now I have this guy, and then I'll click on this. Okay, so let's check the two screenshots we just made. Okay, I have this one first. Notice my entire screen, the entire window rather, and then the window, you can see. So that's that about screenshot. Another useful thing that many people that are new to Mac are always having issue with is if they want to do a screen read or a screen record, for example, which is what I'm doing right now. Many people will usually spend a lot of money to get a third-party application that can do that. macOS offers you a free tool to do your screen read, and that is with an application called QuickTime. QuickTime is what I'm using presently for this recording. So you click on, you go to your Launchpad. QuickTime is also a utility tool. Click on that, it brings you here, and then you click on File. You can record a new movie, you can record an audio record, you can also do a new screen recording, which is what I'm doing presently. If you click on that, you have an icon that will ask you to click to start, and then it will show an icon like this, which will show you that your recording has started, and then you can click on this button again to stop. But I won't do that because I'm still doing my recording. So some people will buy third-party applications like Camtasia, ScreenFlow, and all of that, which are pretty expensive, while QuickTime offers you almost everything that those other tools offer. So that's another thing I want to show you. Now the next thing I would like to talk about is the iWork suite. Windows users are familiar with Microsoft Office suite. An equivalent of Microsoft Office suite for Mac is what we call the iWork suite. It's by Apple themselves, and iWork is a very powerful tool. It has a number of applications, but the three that I use basically are Pages, which is this is Pages, which is equivalent, or which is like an alternative, or let me say a word processor like Microsoft Word. So it's like Microsoft Word what Microsoft Word is for Windows is what Pages is for Mac. So this is Pages. It's very beautiful. It is an amazing tool, and I assure you that you are really going to have fun using Pages. Now, to edit your tool, I'll just quickly show you some tips to using Pages. So to edit this guy, click on this and then you click on the format tool here, right here. Click on format and then it shows you all the formatting you can carry out on this particular highlighted part of your document. The style, the font, the weight, bold, regular, and all of that. The font size, if you want it bold, in italics or italicized, you want it underlined, you want to change the color, the alignment, and all of that. The line spacing, this is where you adjust all of that. The layout, how you want to set your indentation and all of that. The border and rules, and then more. And then these are if you want to insert things like table, page number, equation, and all of that. Just I'll want you to go over them. And the beautiful thing about it is that the iWork suite is free. It comes pre-installed with every new Mac system. But if you have an older Mac like I have, you can always download it on the Apple App Store for free. So I'm running Pages. So the equivalent of Excel on to Excel that's in Office is Numbers to iWork. So numbers, you have numbers, and the beautiful thing about all these applications is that you can export whatever you are doing inside any of them to the equivalent on Windows. Say if you are working inside Numbers, for example, you can export whatever you are working on as Excel to save it as Excel, and then you can send it to people who use Windows system would um, who would be running Microsoft Excel. On Pages also the same thing. You go to File, Export. You can export as PDF, Word, plain text. So you can see Microsoft Word. And last but not the least is Keynote. Keynote is equivalent to PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. This is an amazing tool. I'm sure you are going to fall in. You are going to love Keynote. If you use it once, you're going to love it so much you almost will not want to use PowerPoint again, except you are pro. Keynote is very, very interesting. This was a presentation I had one time in school. You are just going to love it. Okay, so let's move on to another thing. Another thing I would like to just talk about is this is my Finder. A Finder is like your Windows Explorer. For Finder, pretty much every application you run on Mac OS, you have your menu bar, and then each of them you have the window you are running, the window that has the focus at that time. Say Keynote, for example. I can go to Keynote and then go to Preferences. What I'm trying to say is all of your application would normally have this particular menu option called Preferences. So I'll go to Finder, Preferences. So here these are the general things. Okay, these are the things you want to show on your desktop. Okay, show these items on the desktop. Desktop, that means this place. If I want to show them here, so that will do that. Okay, where are you? Okay, here. So general, if I want to show my, I I always want to see external, when I plug any external hard drive to my system, I always want to see them on my desktop, so I have this checked. Also, if I insert a CD, a DVD, I want to see that. But my hard drive, no, I don't want to see it on desktop. This is my sidebar. These are the things you see on this part of my Finder window. So I have AirDrop checked, application, and all of that, and these other guys too. I also do not check these devices. Advanced. Okay, show all file extension. I don't want to do that, but every other thing is checked. So I'll close that. You can see my Finder window. I have customized it to the way I want it. You can see my background is kind of pinkish in color. To do that, you option click on the background. You do that by um, tapping your trackpad with 2 fingers. Okay, and then I'll go to show view options. Click on that. Show view options. See my icon size. I have that at 76. The grid spacing. This is a space between 2 applications. If I increase this, you'll notice what happens. Can you see? So move that back. Okay, and then if I increase this guy, also notice that my app size is increased. I'll move them back to 76. Okay, I love it this way. Okay, now I want my label to be at the bottom, not these guys, Adobe and all of that. I want them to be at the bottom, not on the right. And then I want the size to be 12. And then background, I set that to color. If you want it to be plain white, just leave it. It's by default will be white. So I changed mine to, I wanted to give it a color. So and then you click on this to bring out this swatches panel or color panel, and then you can select whichever color you want, and then you can set that as the default, so that when every time you come to that place, you have that look and feel. So I'll close this guy. So another thing I'll quickly walk through is system preferences. To go to your system preferences, you click on this Apple icon to your far left corner, system preferences. Okay, so I'm sure you must have been here if you use macOS at all. The system preferences is like your control panel on Windows. This is where you do most of your system configurations. So I'll click on this general. General, you can automatically hide your menu bar. You can automatically hide your dock. Okay, so you can change the color of your menu bar and your dock. I don't want to use a dark menu bar, so I have this unchecked. Automatically hide and show my menu bar. You notice that went off. Right, so I love this guy here, so I'll just leave it there. You can change when you highlight text in any part or anywhere in your application, on any application on your system, it would highlight it with this color, so you can change that here. Sidebar icon size. Okay, this icons here. I want their sizes to be medium. And then okay, default browser, all of that. Okay, another thing, your dock can change the size, the magnification. The magnification is what how they pop up when you scroll over them. These are the magnification. Okay, so you can increase if you want it to be very big. When you over them, you can just increase this guy. Mine is okay, so I'll leave it as is. Okay, another thing I would like to talk about is this security. Okay, a login password has been set for this user. That's true. So I want to require password immediately after sleep or my screensaver begins. You can override all of this by, you have to, because Mac OS is they are highly security conscious. So for every changes you want to make on your system preferences, you have to enter the administrative password. So that is why this is showing that. I'll quickly enter mine here. Okay, so I can change things here. Allow apps downloaded from App Store and identified developers. If you have only this checked, that means it is only apps from the App Store that you download from the App Store that you can use. I have this checked. Okay, so I want to require password to that I have to enter password anytime I'm waking my system from sleep, or my screensaver. Once my screensaver begins, that means I left it for a while, and when I go back to it, I should be required to enter a password, because anybody can visit or try to access your computer. Now, if you are someone like me, you want to set a message when the screen is locked. You do that by clicking on this guy. I don't want you to see my my login screen lock message. It's something personal to me. So if you want to set your own too, you click on this guy and then you do that. Also disable automatic login, so that if you have multiple accounts, users are not automatically logged in. So that's what that is for. Also, you can also here, if trackpad, you can check this guy out on your system trackpad. I have all of these checked. Look up and data detector, secondary click, tap to click. I would like you to check all of this on your system. Okay, another thing that I want to talk about is about sharing. These are the things you can share on your Mac, on your Mac OS, on your Mac system. You can share your DVD or CD. You can share your screen. You can share your file. You can allow remote login to your system, remote management, where some other person somewhere using his or her laptop can have access to your laptop and things like that. Internet sharing. Internet sharing, you will need this checked if you want to share your internet. You cannot share Wi-Fi if you are using Wi-Fi on Mac OS, on your Mac system. But if you are using a LAN cable, if your PC or your system has a LAN port and you are using a LAN port, you can share your Wi-Fi. So that is why share your connection from Ethernet. You can share that through your Wi-Fi. So if you are connected through Ethernet, you have a LAN cable plugged to your system, you can share that network through your Wi-Fi. Say you have an iPad or a phone and you don't want to use your mobile data, you can share that and use that. Bluetooth sharing, if you don't have this checked, you will not be able to share files through Bluetooth with your system. So you need this checked to be able to do that. And I have only these 4 checked because those are the ones that are useful to me. Another thing I will not want to forget to tell you is this time machine. Time machine allows you to back up your system. The last time I backed up my system was on the 13th. Wow, that's how many days ago? That's about 5 days ago. Okay, so on the 13th of June. So time machine, I run a 350 gig hard drive. My PC has 350 gig, and my external hard drive also is around that size. So the last time I backed up my system, I had only 43 gig free on the backup disks. So to back up, you just click on you insert the hard drive you want to use as your backup, and then you format it to the format that Time Machine accepts. It will ask you to tell you it wants to format the hard drive, and then can proceed on. Make sure you have nothing on the hard drive you want to use as your backup, or you have a partition that does not have anything, and then you can use that. And make sure the partition is enough for the backup. Okay, and the essence of backing up with Time Machine is that in a case of system crashing, or you have an issue with your hard drive, you can get a new hard drive and then restore everything on your Time Machine backup to that hard drive. You will not have lost anything, or you won't lost too much. Let me use that word. Okay, so that's that about system preferences. Okay, also um, another thing that many people that are new to Mac do not know is that Mac OS allows you to have multiple screens or multiple desktop. To do that, you click on the F3 button on your keyboard, and then that shows what you have here. And then you can click on this add button. You can have as many desktop as you want. One of the reasons I love this feature is that I can be working here, especially sometimes when I'm doing things and I don't want people around me to know. Maybe when they're coming, I can be working here, and then when I see people coming, I don't want them to know what I'm doing. I can easily navigate to the other desktop and like that, and then go back when I need to. Can you see? So you navigate around by sweeping across your trackpad with 4 of your fingers like this. Okay, that's the last. Sweeping is across your trackpad with 4 of your fingers, or you press down the Alt key and then the arrow keys, right and left arrow keys. Okay, so that's that about Mac OS. people that are new to Mac. There are two useful applications, and there is one thing I forgot to mention, and that is split screen. This has always been in Windows, but has recently been brought to Mac OS. So you can split your screen. Say, for example, I have this application running in full screen mode, and then let me pages recent, let me say extended. I want to open two applications and then show you how split screen works. Okay, now I want to have these two applications. I'm running Pages and Chrome. I want to show you how you can have these two applications on the same screen, and you have them sharing a screen running in split screen mode. I'll press down this this shrink button here, this green button. I press down and hold. Oh, it's in full screen, sorry. Let me go to this other guy too. They are both in full screen. Okay, so I can press this and hold. If I press and hold, you notice this part of my screen turns kind of blue. Then I can drop, then click on this other guy. So you notice I have them running in split screen mode. Can be doing something here and then be doing another thing here. Now on Windows is more flexible with this than Mac OS. You can have 4 applications sharing the same screen on Windows, where this will be occupying only half of this particular part of the screen, and then there will be another application also taking the other half. This can also be can also take just half of this part of the screen and then another one, so you can have like 4 applications share in a split screen mode. Now what macOS offers is having these two. Now if you want the flexibility that Windows offers, that means you have to get third-party applications. And one beautiful application that really simplifies this for Mac is called Moom. M-O-O-M. That's M-O-O-M. Moom. It sounds funny. Moom. So Moom, I'm running Moom presently, and it is running as a background application on my system. I've configured it. This is Moom here. It's a commercial app, so you have to pay for it. Okay, this is Moom. So I have Moom running presently, so you can treat drawer. Okay, so mouse, custom, okay, all of this. Okay, I'm running Moom as a faceless application. That means it is running in the background, so I don't have to launch it to use it. So now if I want to have a place, I'm running several applications and I want to split them by hovering on this green button. This is Moom displaying all of this for me. It is telling me I can have it to full my screen or have it split into split the screen into two, where the app will only take one. So if I click on, and this is the left side of the screen, you notice that shifted that I can click on this and then come here and then write. Notice I got the same thing I did earlier. Now Moom also allows you, it has keyboard shortcuts, and that is Option Command, the right arrow key. So that will show this that you are seeing on my screen, and then you can adjust this. Okay, I want this running like this. You notice it is only taking off a quarter of the page. You can have this also. Okay, this is also taking like a quarter of the page. I can have other applications here and here. So Moom is one application that brings the flexibility you may be used to on Windows to Mac OS also. Another useful application that I want you to get also is Tocera NTFX. Mac OS, if you have an external hard drive, for example, that has NTFS format, you can only read from that hard drive. You will not be able to write to that hard drive. What that means is you can only copy from the hard drive. You will not be able to say you want to paste things or you want to save things from your system, from your Mac OS to that hard drive. So if you need that functionality, you need to get a third-party application. Not necessarily, it is not necessarily necessary that you get the third-party application. There's a way you can also have an alternative to that, a free alternative to that, but you have to be familiar with terminal, how to use the command line, the command prompts to have that installed. But for people who are not technically inclined in that aspect, you can get the Tocera disk manager. I have it here. Okay, Tocera disk manager, to allow you to mount an NTFS drive and then you can read and write to it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy it, please subscribe